Here's a little fish story from this past summer to help explain why I've become obsessed with fly fishing for northern pike. In August, I was fortunate enough to be asked to go on a trip to Cree River Lodge in northern Saskatchewan, a place my buddy Chip Cromarty had been telling me about for years. He's lead guide there. The lodge is quite remote, and the easiest way in is via float plane leaving from Stony Rapids. It's not a long ride, but you get a great view of the surrounding area as you go. The number of rivers and lakes is simply staggering. Although remote, the lodge is remarkably well equipped and super comfortable and has everything needed for a week-long stay. I was there as a guest of good friend Mark Melnick to shoot an episode of the new Fly Fisher show. The episode is due to air in 2025. We were there to fish primarily for northern pike, so brought the big guns, 8, 9, and 10 weights. We used a whole variety of fly lines, everything from floating to heavy sink tips. You need to throw not necessarily heavy, but large flies long distances, so a rod with a good bit of punch is mandatory. Also, the big pike really pull and require a lot of lifting power. The number and size of the pike Mark and I found there was unbelievable, and catching them on a fly rod was beyond fun. Most of the time we were using fairly simple and durable flies, but my buddy Steve Silverio, an incredible tyer, gave me a few absolutely gorgeous pike flies that he had tied. They looked so good I really didn't want to fish them, but I also didn't want to let them down. Much of the pike fishing at Cree River Lodge is sight fishing, finding a pike either stationary or cruising, and then doing your best to make a cast, so when retrieved, the fly pulls through their line of sight. Sometimes you really have to tease them to get a take, other times it's an instant attack. Either way, it's a blast. Each pike, regardless of size, seems to fight a bit differently, so you never know what you're going to get. Some stay on top, while others go straight to the bottom and want to stay there. Still others, you think you have them whooped, and then they get this burst of energy and go tearing off. Even the non-trophy sized ones will give you a good workout. I was afraid the pike would absolutely maul Steve's gorgeous flies, but they held up remarkably well, even after numerous fish. I got to test out a big popper he gave me, which got positively attacked as soon as it hit the water by one of the smaller pike we encountered. Unfortunately for smaller models like this, they often get invited to join guests for a shore lunch. The taste of pike that was swimming less than an hour before, getting breaded and then dropped into hot oil is something else. Throw in some freshly prepared French fries, a bit of tartar sauce, warm baked beans, and you've got a shore lunch fit for a king. Anyway, it was an amazing trip. You are, however, going to have to wait for the new Fly Fisher episode to air for the rest of the story. Also, some pike fly tying videos coming soon.